Hi, my name is Bill Lublin, and I'm the CEO of Century 21 Advantage Gold. We're Philadelphia's largest Century 21 firm, and you're probably seeing this video either on our YouTube channel, our blog, c21agvoices.com, or my personal blog, movephilly.blogspot.com. But in any case, I imagine you're here because you're interested in the title, which probably has something to do with whether or not couples should buy real estate. I haven't written the title yet, so I'm really not sure what it is, but you'll know. And the reason I decided to make this video was I saw a blog post that was entitled, "Buying a Home Before You're Married, Not a Good Idea." And I'm pretty sure that I don't agree. Now, I didn't read the post because I'm familiar with the challenges that face couples, married or not, when they buy real estate. So let's talk about some of those issues. When you buy real estate as a couple, whether you are married or not, there are two things that could happen. One is that you agree on the disposition of the property during your lifetime, and there's never any problem. The other one is that at some point, perhaps you break up or have some challenge in your relationship that lead you guys to disagree about how the property should be disposed of. Now, recently, for example, a young lady of my acquaintance who was engaged bought a home with her fiance, and after they moved in, within the first year or so, their relationship hit a rough patch. She decided to move out and wanted to leave the area. She called me because she was distressed that they needed both incomes in order to move forward. Her job was ending. She wanted to leave the area and find a job somewhere else because the relationship wasn't working. They needed both incomes to keep the property, and her former fiancé couldn't make the payments by himself. He was comfortable living in the house. The other problem was that because they had bought the property only a short time ago, they really weren't able to resell it and cover their costs. So it would have been really difficult for them to get out of it. While this is a challenge, it's no different a challenge than they would have had if they were married, bought the home. She was going to have her job and wanted to move out of the area, and for some reason their relationship had hit a rough patch. Where the big difference comes when you're buying before or after you're married is how the property is handled in the case of the death of one of the parties. Now, in Pennsylvania, there are 3 different forms of ownership that you would get, 2 that are appropriate for an unmarried couple and 1 that is specifically for a married couple. Unmarried couples can either buy as tenants in common or joint tenants with rights of survivorship. Married couples buy as tenants by the entireties. Now, when you buy as tenants in common, when one party dies, their share of the property goes to their estate and is disposed of by their will, or by the state if they die without a will. When you buy as tenants in common, if one party dies, the other party inherits their share. When you buy as tenants by the entirety, when one party dies, the other inherits their share. Now, the big difference between tenants in common and joint tenants with right of survivorship is that in Pennsylvania, there is no estate or inheritance tax when you receive the other part of the property from a spouse, because husband and wife are both considered to own 100% of the property. When you're buying as a couple and you buy as joint tenants with the right of survivorship, that second person has to pay whatever estate or inheritance taxes are required. Now, you could really run into a little bit of a problem if you buy as fiancés, joint tenants with right of survivorship. You really should change the deed after you're married to tenants by the entireties. It's really inexpensive to do that. It's not a real big deal, and it saves you any potential tax issues down the line. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't think it matters whether you're buying before or after the marriage. I think what matters is that you work on your relationships, try to get past the rough patches, and think about what will happen in the event of one or the other of you losing a job when you buy your property, and make sure that you're both on the same page in terms of disposition. So I look forward to talking with you or writing to you next time. please feel free to visit our website at www.c21ag.com for lots of information on properties all over southeastern Pennsylvania and South Jersey, as well as information on REOs and foreclosure properties or featured listings, which are generally our listings. And we'd love for you to go see all of them and buy as many of them as you can. Lots of luck and happy house hunting.